Imagine this. You're in the snack aisle at the supermarket. You say no to the cookies. Maybe you even offer a kind, rational explanation every parent has tried. We already have snacks at home. And within seconds, your child is on the floor. The crying starts. Their body goes rigid. Their foot hits the wheel of the cart. A few people glance over. You can feel the eyes on your back, even if you're trying not to look up. Inside, you feel it. That mix of embarrassment, panic, and frustration. Not here, not now, please get up. Everyone is watching. So like almost every loving parent, you reach for the things that feel like they should work. You start over-explaining. You know we have snacks at home. We talked about this. You start bargaining. If you stop crying, I'll let you choose a snack. Maybe you even jump straight to threats. If you don't get up right now, we're going home. And nothing works. In fact, every sentence seems to make your child get louder, stiffer, more overwhelmed. Here's your first moment of relief. Public tantrums don't mean you're doing something wrong. They mean you and your child are both in a pressurized environment with no script to follow. Public spaces amplify everything: the noise, the lights, the time pressure, and your child's nervous system gets overwhelmed faster. And the moment you feel judged, your own nervous system joins the meltdown. So in this video, you're going to get a script you can follow anywhere, anytime, that lets you guide the moment instead of getting swallowed by it. The big shift is this. In public, your job is not to stop the feelings. Your job is to stop the spiral. When a child is in a full tantrum, the body goes into alarm mode. Their brain isn't ignoring you on purpose. The thinking part is basically offline. That's why your explanations bounce off. That's why logic doesn't land. They're not choosing chaos. Their body is trying to find safety. And safety isn't just, are we physically okay? It's also, is my parent still calm and on my side right now? When your child feels that you are steady, even while they are falling apart, their nervous system has something solid to lean on. A child in alarm mode cannot borrow logic from you, but they can borrow calm from you. And that's why this protocol works so well. It's called the 3S Public Tantrum Protocol, and it gives you something simple to remember when everything around you feels chaotic. It goes like this: settle, say, steer. Settle means you make the moment safe and you slow your own body first. Say means you use 2 short, predictable sentences. One for the feeling, one for the boundary. Steer means you offer 2 choices and 1 tiny action that moves the moment forward. Let's walk through this in the supermarket aisle. Your child is melting down, they're on the floor, the cries are sharp and you feel the eyes on you, even if nobody says a word. Your first step is settle, starting with a silent safety scan. Are there breakable jars, sharp corners, rolling carts, shelves they might kick into? You move your cart to block one side. You shift your body so you're closer, not to overpower them, but to quietly contain the space. Then you take one slow breath. Your shoulders drop, your voice softens. You lower yourself a bit so you're not towering over them. Your calm body tells their alarmed body, something steady is here. Then comes the second step. Say. This is where you use your 2-line script. Not a lecture, not a paragraph, not a negotiation. Just 2 lines. The feeling line. You really wanted the cookies. The boundary line. We're not buying cookies today. Or another version. You're upset. I'm right here. And then, we're moving on now. These short sentences act like a lighthouse. They cut through the storm without adding fuel. And now you're ready for the third step. Steer. You give 2 choices, both of which you can follow through on. Do you want to stand and hold the cart, or sit in the cart? Walk or ride? Hold my hand or hold the bag? If they scream instead of choosing, you don't add 10 more options. You don't bargain. You just repeat once. Stand or sit. And if they still can't choose, you calmly choose for them. Okay, I'll help your body into the cart. If they cry all the way to the next aisle, that is not failure. That is their system coming back down from overwhelm. And because you stayed calm, you didn't add a second wave to the meltdown. Later, in the car or at home, you move into the teaching moment. That's where you say, back at the store, you wanted the cookies, and I said no. You validate. It's okay to be mad about that. You really wanted them. You hold the boundary. The answer was still no. And then you add the skill. Next time you can squeeze my hand or stomp your foot once if you feel that upset. I'll notice. The order matters. Contain first, teach second, not the other way around. Let's try the same protocol in a different setting. Leaving the playground, you say, 1 more minute, and your child nods. But when the minute is up and you say, it's time to go, they run back to the slide or go limp in the sand. Instead of chasing, threatening, or begging, you settle. You walk toward them slowly. You put yourself between their body and the parking lot. You take a breath that your child can see. Your shoulders soften. Then you say your 2 lines. You didn't want to leave. We're going now. Then you steer with 2 options. Do you want to walk to the gate, or do you want me to carry you? Hold my hand or jump to the next line on the path. If they sob or yell, you repeat once, walk or carry. If there is still no movement, you choose calmly. Okay, I'll carry you. They may cry all the way to the car. You didn't do it wrong. You did it right. You stayed predictable. You stayed safe. You stayed steady. And later, when the storm is over, you teach. You really wanted to stay at the playground. That was hard. Next time, when I say 1 more minute, we can take 1 last slide and then say goodbye to the playground together. This is how the nervous system learns, through repeated patterns, not one perfect moment. Most parents don't realize that the biggest escalators, the things that make public tantrums spiral, are very common, very human reactions. Things like over-explaining, asking why are you doing this in the middle of the meltdown, bargaining with if you stop crying then I'll buy it, threatening things you don't really want to follow through on, or raising your voice to show the strangers around you that you're in control. Those reactions come from stress, not from lack of love. But to a child's nervous system, they can feel like more pressure, and pressure pushes them deeper into alarm mode. What your child needs is not a perfect parent, but a steady one. A parent who can run the same 3 steps even when the world feels like it's watching. Settle, say, steer. It's simple enough to remember under pressure and powerful enough to change the entire trajectory of the moment. Here's what progress looks like. The first time you try this, your child might still have a big meltdown. But you feel steadier, you say less, you don't bargain or snap or freeze. After a few tries, you notice that your child starts to come down from the peak of the tantrum faster. They don't escalate for as long because your response is predictable. A few weeks in, you might notice meltdown frequency drop altogether. Not because your child became easy, but because you became consistent. Your child's body starts to expect that when things get overwhelming, you will do the same 3 things in the same calm way. And that predictability is what builds trust. Imagine that same snack aisle again. Same cookies, same no, same disappointed face. And this time, instead of collapsing, they stomp their foot once, hold your hand, and walk with you to the next aisle, still a bit grumpy, but moving forward. That is the power of a calm, repeatable protocol. Not perfection, just a steady pattern that teaches. Big feelings are allowed, limits are real, and no matter who is watching, my parent knows how to keep me safe.